your ruler.
Zod.
Your lands, your possessions, your very lives will gladly be given in tribute to me.
What's up, guys? This is gonna be my movie review for Black Widow, and I know I'm like a month late, but hey, whatever. I only just saw it this past weekend, so yeah. So I watched this, I think last Friday. Today's Tuesday of the following week, so it's not fresh in my mind, but I'm gonna try and remember all the things about it. Okay, so Black Widow, it's the first Marvel movie in quite a while, because we've only been having these Marvel TV shows, and I don't remember if we got any Marvel movies last summer. I don't think we did. I think we've just been getting by on Marvel TV shows. Okay, so right off the bat, I was super excited for it. Right, I was super excited because the beginning of the movie set like this tone. They had like some cool music. I remember, like it was like, what was it? It was like a female instrumental of a famous song that I can't remember the band. I cannot remember the band, but you know what I'm talking about. And it was like a cool intro. It was like down 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 down. Ah man, the Nirvana. Pretty sure it was. I'm pretty sure it was a instrumental female singing a Nirvana song. So that got me excited. I was excited, but then right off. Okay, so when the movie starts, I'm still excited. Right off the bat, we see another person, yet another person with super soldier serum. Another person with super soldier serum. Like, how many freaking people have super soldier serum? Like, ever since Captain America's gone away, they've taken away like all specialness of Captain America, because there's like a million people out there with fucking super soldier serum. Anyways, so after that point, the movie started to, after the beginning sequences, and we see, you know, the escape and the training montage, the movies for me started to go downhill. And part of the reason for that is, like I said, is weird to me. Well, one of the reasons is it's weird to me that the plot is taking place between Civil War and Infinity War, because in between Civil War and Infinity War, we were led to believe that, you know, Captain America, Black Widow, and Bucky were all together, but I don't know. And not only that, Iron Man, Captain America, they're all available to help. Like, even if they're not talking, there's still people that are available to help. Sorry, my dog's distracting the shit out of me right now. He's very demanding. So anyways, it just felt, for me, I like Black Widow, but for me, she feels like more of a supporting character, and it's just odd to me that she would try and take on this worldwide threat all by herself. Especially because, you know, like I said, the whole super soldier theme. And that's another problem I have with this movie, and it's been becoming a problem lately. It wasn't a problem in the MCU before, but ever since Endgame, ever since the end of Endgame, after I think we've only had like TV shows since Endgame, but after that, it's become a problem where like they've bastardized Captain America Super Soldier to the point where all the fight scenes are exaggerated. So even when it's just humans fighting, you're like, is that a super soldier? And it's like, no, it's just two regular people insanely beating the shit out of each other and like smashing shit up, which is really odd because you don't think they'd be able to do that if they were just regular people. Even if they're the most trained in the world, they shouldn't be able to do the things that they're doing if they're not a super soldier. For example, the way Natasha and her sister were throwing each other around in the apartment, even if they're the most trained in the world, you can't just you can't throw each other around like that. There was for a second that I was wondering if Natasha's sister had super soldier serum, the way she just threw her through a fucking door. And then not only that, but like Natasha fell from the building and she clipped like 3 things on the way down and then bounced off of a storage container and then landed on her feet like nothing happened. And she limped a little bit, but then she was back to normal in like 3 minutes. That's like stuff that only someone with super soldier serum should be able to do. So that is a problem I have with it, because all the fights feel so exaggerated that it's so difficult to differentiate whether someone's normal or whether they have super soldier serum. Speaking of super soldiers, I did end up really liking the Red Guardian character, just because he was just, you know, he was definitely an asshole, but he just ended up being likable with how goofy he is. And okay, so back to the exaggeration stuff, like some of the parts of the movie, they try to make Natasha and her sister, I think her name was Elena, so they try to make them look brave by having them do badass stuff. Like, for example, Elena's in the helicopter and she's blatantly disregarding all the bullets whizzing a couple inches or even like a half inch from her face. Right? She's just disregarding bullets whizzing a half inch from her face. And instead of coming off as brave, it just made it look corny. Because you're like, okay, well, you're not being brave. You're just highlighting how fake these bullets are and how it's just CGI flying past your face. It's not making the character look brave, it's just highlighting how much CGI is being used. That's what it felt like to me. And then, oh yeah, Natasha swings from a rope from the helicopter and grabs a 250-pound man with this tiny girl grabs a 250-pound man with one arm and scoops him up. Like, I know we're in the Marvel universe, and I know, you know, we're supposed to exaggerate, suspend disbelief, but that would be difficult for even that'd be difficult for even a dude with her training to do, let alone a regular chick with no super soldier serum. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being too overcritical. We gotta say, oh, it's the Marvel universe, everything's exaggerated, suspend disbelief. Okay, alright, maybe I'll try. But okay, so another comment I felt while watching it was, it kind of felt like Black Widow's version of Captain America 2: The Winter Soldier. So it's like, I know it's her first movie, but it felt, Black Widow's movie felt in the same vein as like they were trying to do a redone second-rate female version of Captain America: The Winter Soldier. And it felt like a little like this. People wanted the Black Widow movie years ago, and now that we're finally just getting it now, it just seems like a little too late. Too little too late for the Black Widow movie, and the writing wasn't great, and probably intentionally not great too, because it seemed like they were treating this movie as more of a setup to replace Scarlett's Black Widow and replace that Black Widow with this new Elena Black Widow. It's like, that's kind of a slap in the face. Like, people have wanted Black Widow, people have wanted a standalone Black Widow all this time, and finally we get one, and then it's just literally a movie that's setting up to replace her with a new Elena Black Widow. And then finally, that brings us to the after credit scene. The lady that was in Winter Soldier, the lady that was in Captain America and the Winter Soldier, or Falcon and the Winter Soldier, whatever you want to call it. I don't want you to think I'm talking about the movie Captain America, the Winter Soldier. I'm talking about the TV show Captain America and Winter Soldier. The lady that shows up at the end of that series to recruit the new super soldier enhanced Captain America to work for her also shows up to recruit Elena's Black Widow. And I guess that's gonna, I don't know if that's gonna tie into another Marvel TV show, or if it's gonna tie into a movie down the line. But yeah, so ultimately they're replacing Black Widow. I mean, she is dead, so to be fair, her character is dead. But it just seems calculated. That brings me into the whole Disney versus Scarlett Johansson stuff. It seems calculated on their part. It's like Disney knew they were done with her, so they decided to give her a movie with bad writing and that only sets up her replacement, and then they use COVID as an excuse to not give her full payment. It's like, if the contract really, so supposedly her contract said that part of her income is based off of the box office returns, but that was before the whole COVID thing. So if you don't rewrite the contract to renegotiate, because of the fact that most of the returns are going to come from streaming at home and not people going to the movie theaters, that's not really fair. And to use COVID as a scapegoat is really crappy on Disney's part. And then to try to blame her like she's being insensitive is, no, you guys are being greedy and you're using COVID as an excuse. Regardless, I'm on Scarlett's side of this whole thing. Even though, do I feel bad for her? No, I don't, because she did get 20 million from doing the film before any extra compensation. So, like, which is unimaginable for any of one of us normal peons. 20 million. So I'm just saying what's right versus what's wrong, regardless of whether we should feel bad for her at the end of the day. At the end of the day, she's fine. But regardless, Disney should not be doing that, because it sets precedents for in the future for any new people that aren't already well off, like Scarlett Johansson is, to be taken advantage of. Down the line, they might screw someone over that isn't super well off and isn't getting 20 million for standalone before the action. Anyways, my point is, even though someone is well off, doesn't mean it's right for a big corporation to screw them. Like, it's not right for big corporations to screw anybody, no matter who that is. And apparently, Emma Watson's also got a problem with how Disney handled their streaming release, and one other person too. I can't remember. No, not Emma Watson. Emma Stone, and there was somebody else. I can't remember who it was. But like a whole bunch of people are starting to speak up about it. And honestly, fuck Disney. Fuck Disney, dude. I really don't like Disney. Oh, and Kevin Feige said he's embarrassed by the whole situation. It's like, yeah, I don't blame you. The dude spent 20 years creating this film universe, and then Disney's gonna fuck it up with greed and make everyone look foolish. Anyways, that's my Black Widow review. It's still a fun watch. I'm not saying it's not a fun watch. If you're looking for an action movie, it's definitely a fun watch. I'm just saying for the things that popped into my head while watching it. Alright, peace out, guys.